it takes is a moment. Is it fate that you came this far unbroken? If it's destiny, you wrote it. Focused, but you gotta be focused. Make or break, it's the last goodbye they remember you for. They're calling your name, go and take what's yours. Here, now, it's everything you've been dreaming about. There's a reason why you were chosen. This is your moment. Rise up, you give it all that you got and you rise up. All the stories that tell about the champion who came from the crown. Are you ready to carry it now? Going full speed, never stop, never quit. You're the only one you got to convince that nothing's too far out of your reach. 'Cause all you are is what you believe. Here, now, it's everything you've been dreaming about. There's a reason why you were chosen. This is your moment.
Welcome to Rock Around the Clock, daily cloud gaming news live at the same time, Monday to Friday. But first, if you're new to the show, please subscribe and hit the bell. If you'd like to support the channel, why not hit the join button on the channel homepage and become a member of Team Rock? Hello. I know I started 20 seconds sooner, but I'm a bit of a DJ at heart. And when the music ended, I thought, it's time. It's time to go live, Young Rock. So I did. How are you? We made it. Friday. That could have been Robinson Crusoe shouting for his manservant. Imagine, how English is that? Although I do think Robinson Crusoe was written by Scott, but he's on an island, right, on his own. He's got nothing left except maybe a basketball or something, right? And he's on his uppers, as they used to say. He's in dire straits, and he comes across a man of ethnic origin and immediately makes him his manservant. I mean, what's that all about? Jeez. There you go, you see. Imperialism, that's what it's about. We found a new land, we're making it ours, and we're turning everybody on this island into our slaves. Wow. Do you know, I never thought of that before. It's a good point though, isn't it? How are you? It's starting a bit heavy, but who cares? Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Whether, of course, it is the morning, if indeed you are on the west coast of the United States, and then further west as it gets earlier and earlier. Or lunchtime, midday, depending when you have your grub, as they say in Australia, on the east coast of the United States. And then, of course, it gets later the further east you go. There you go, you see. You get geographical information, meteorological information sometimes if it's raining. But I thought I'd give it to you anyway. Raymond, how are you, my friend Ray? Ray was holding a chill out chat Discord earlier. I almost jumped in myself, but I had to get the show prepped and sorted, and I know it. I know you wouldn't think there's any work goes into it. I know. That's just how I roll. That's how I rock and I roll. But it was good. He had a load of folk in there. What a great idea. What a great idea. Well done, my friend. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. It's all good. For a little while, I thought the show wasn't going to start, by the way, because I was live. I was live on Twitch and I was live on Kick, but I wasn't live on YouTube. And then it kicked in. It's just a very, very slow connection. Hey, voy vey. It's Friday. We all know this. Of course, what now happens on Fridays, subject to change and feedback, is the giveaway is open to everybody. Yay! So if you're a subscriber, and you do have to be a subscriber, and there's a really good reason for that, you can't enter unless you can type into the chat window, and only subscribers and members are allowed to engage in the chat. It's a way of keeping up the quality threshold that my lovely community expects, nay demands, indeed. So, as long as you're one of them, all you have to do, if you're new, is type exclamation mark or exclamation point, if you are indeed an American friend of mine, exclamation line with a dot, win, and you'll automatically be entered. And I've noticed some of my old faves are already in there straight away with the exclamation mark win. You have, I can tell you now how long you have left, just under 40 minutes to get your entries in. And even if you are a member, you can still enter. I think it's working on Twitch. Although having said that, I'm not seeing any Twitch. I am seeing people trying it on Twitch. But hey Eddie, hey Crowbat, how are you? But I'm not seeing it on the giveaway screen, which I think the last time we tried this, we had that as an issue. Friday of whenever. And I meant to fix it. I'm sorry. So you can't have double entries. It's all happening here. It's all happening in YouTube. Listen, before we go any further, and I will go and say hi to everybody and all that malarkey, but I have to say a massive thank you to Jack to Slip, who popped in to the Rock Players stream last night, which was good fun. Me and Vet and Miss Phoenix, nonetheless, with Bjorn having a right old chuckle we were. And he bought 10 new memberships. How fantastic is that? So today, although I don't know how many of our new members are in the chat, we have 10 new members who are all going, or all already are in the wheel. They were put there beforehand. Hey Crowbat, how are you, my friend? Sorry you didn't get your entry in over at Twitch land. I'll endeavour to fix that next time. It requires a whole bunch of reset of account and stuff. It's danged annoying is what it is, but my sincere apologies. And of course, your messages have been popping up on the screen, so you've not been totally ignored, but you have been by me. So let me wind all the way back up to the top and say hello. Hello to Ray, hello to Neil. How are you, my friend? Neil said that his holiday has been messing with Rokk Show. See, it's a good thing to have a holiday around Easter, Neil, isn't it? Because you get the extra couple of days for free. So it's always a clever thing to do, I think, to work your holidays around there. Crystal's in the house. How are you, Crystal? Happy Friday, she says. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know which side of the States you are in, Crystal. I'm going to assume that you are more likely to be on the mid to east side. Because Ray is on the West Coast, and this is always one of the very first things in the day that Ray joins me. Bless him. CCC2422 is now following. Thank you. And even Rainmaker wanted to say thank you to you as well. Thank you, Rainmaker. Good old Rainmaker. Dorrigan's here. How are you, my friend? Eddie. Hit that thumbs up for Rock. Thank you, Ray. Bless you, my friend. I can't see. Hello, dude. I saw that you got a Switch. I know I sent you a friend request and you friended me. Which one did you get? How do you like it? I got the OLED and I love it, my friend. I genuinely love it. It's a thing that I never thought I would, because I just thought they're simple games, they're not going to be, it's turned out to be one of the best purchases I think I've made where gaming is concerned. I was playing, I've not been too well this week, I have to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I've been on meds post my operation, and it's made me rather tired and very down, but I'm happy today. But in a moment of absolute downness earlier, I fired up Zelda Breath of the Wild, because I did say on Players that I wasn't feeling it. I tell you what, I am now. I just needed time to get into it, that's all. That's always the way with me. That's why I try not to review a game when I'm only in the first couple of hours, because I tend to find it's much later in the game, once I've worked everything out and I feel comfortable with the mechanics and the controls and everything else. That's the point where it really bites, and this one's biting, loving it. So I'm loving tuning into Animal Crossing every day, because I don't know if you've noticed this, but Animal Crossing, I mean, this is probably everybody knew this. I'm new to it, so I'd only just noticed. But it's kind of like as if the developers wanted it to feel like a soap opera. The intro is kind of that short, almost Neighbours type intro music, and it's, it's the place. Animal Crossing is the name of the place, which you typically have a crossing if it's a railway or something, don't you? But I'm loving that. I drop in every day and I update stuff and try stuff and go and do some fishing and things. And actually, as well, I managed to get it all working really nicely on OBS. So I may well be doing some Twitch streaming in the near future. So watch out for that. But yeah, loving it, mate. Crystal loves the music. Thank you, Crystal. This is it's a playlist with Monster Cat. They front a whole bunch of proper professional musicians. In fact, a lot of the tunes that are in, and talking of music, is Al Davis, our resident musician. So a lot of the tunes, and some of the tunes within the playlist indeed have had chart success. Although I have to say, although I never get any copyright nonsense with my playlist, because the channel is filtered and it gets cleared, I do get one at least once every single week for the intro music. The bit where I go, "Welcome to Rock Around the Clock," and I've got to change that because it's so old now. That piece of music, which is called, I think, Loving on Mars or something, I get a copyright notice. I had one yesterday, and I have the license, so I have to go through the whole rigmarole of pasting the license in and sending it off. And I always put a little quippy message, something like, "Look, why am I having to do this every week?" Within literally 5 seconds, I get an email and it's been cleared. But I think, well, why don't you put me on your database in the first place and save us all hassle? A load of old David Hasselhoff. Kick streaming is Twitch streaming. Kick runs off of Amazon and Twitch video services. Does it, Vet? Well, it's not run by either of them. It's run by, I believe ultimately an Australian outfit who... Shut process. You're going to see a lot of this, guys. Let me just let you know right now. It's not because people love me necessarily. I'd love to think they did. But we have a couple of really big giveaways going on at the moment. Not today, but in my channel and for May. One of which is Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, giving away, and the other one is Cyberpunk 2077 with 30 days. Hello, Miss Phoenix. 30 days of GFN Ultimate, so you can experience path tracing or ray tracing overdrive, as they call it, and it is, I'm not kidding, it's mind-blowingly good. I mean, it really is. You've only got to Google some people that are doing a comparison and see between sort of even the best ray tracing that it had and the new version, and it's like amazing. So I'm giving that away, which means a lot of people subscribe and follow, which is why I got completely blown and fired and trolled and hated, and you buy your subscribers. Well, here's proof. No, I don't. I'm just very clever with marketing. That's 30 years of being in business, and that's where they come from. And the great news is a lot of them stay. A lot of them tune in. A lot of them watch the shows, and they don't unsubscribe. So they must like something. So it's a sprat to catch a mackerel. And at the end of the day, who's hurting who? Somebody wins. Everybody has won something in all my giveaways. They don't always claim them, mind you, but that's not my fault. Everybody wins. The channel wins. You guys win. I get more members, and because I have more members, I can invest in games and giveaways. And we have a lovely little community going on. And you know what? Where's that? Where's the pain in that? Where's the hurt in that? I don't know. Reva, I know. Sorry, Reva. It does normally, my friend. It isn't today. And let me see. I've got to sort. Oh, great. Geek to Sneak, you lovely human being. Bless you. I only saw it on the other screen, luckily, but thank you so much. Geek has gifted 5 new memberships. I wonder if they pop up quickly, I can add them to the wheel before we spin in 30 minutes. Thank you so much, my friend. It's your voice, lol. Oh, bless you, Crystal. Oh, it's one of the very few gifts that I have. I haven't got a lot else going for me, have I? Let's be honest. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Thank you so much. And Geek, thank you for that, my friend. I need to look out because they normally pop up. Oh, here they come. Here they come. So, That was funny. That was funny. Bless ya. So a load of folk have become new members. Some have been extended, I noticed. And I was really chuffed because in the 10 that Jack did yesterday, there were 3 or 4 that had been members and weren't members anymore. Because, I understand. It's money. Times are hard. There's commitments and everything. So it's lovely to see some of our old members back in the fray. And that is amazing. Thank you so, so much, my friend. Oh, you've added me on Switch. Oh, great. I'll check it out. I did, I was on it this afternoon, actually. Or was I on it this morning? Oh, mind you, your morning's probably quite recent, isn't it? Yes, so I haven't checked it for... In fact, I was asleep, probably. I was from lunchtime until just before the show, I was asleep. No, it's the tablets, what can I say? But thank you for that, brother. I'll make sure I follow you. That's amazing. Wow, thank you so much for that, Geek. I really do appreciate you, my friend. Very, very generous gentleman, he really is. Lovely guy. So I now need to add a whole bunch of new folk. Let me. I'm going to do it, otherwise I'm going to forget it. But it's all good, because I just need to go back and make sure that I don't miss anybody. But yeah, it's so if you're interested in winning either of those prizes, just go to rockshow.com, rokkkshow.com, and you'll find, if you go to giveaways, or even /giveaways, get you there, you can enter that way. Also, I do have a newsletter. I post it once a week, and all it does is it just has a couple of links to some of my shows in the week that you may or may not have seen, and it just says hi and a little bit of news and stuff. But when I do a new giveaway, I always, as soon as I publish the giveaway, I push out an alert on the newsletter so that folk get to hear very, very quickly in my little alert what's going on. And that also goes for any any kind of flash sale giveaways that happen, which haven't yet, but they might do. So, it might be something coming up, a little flash sale giveaway. But if you want to join that, it's free, and I promise you, I don't sell your data. Who the heck would want to buy my little 1,500 subscriber newsletter? But it does mean that you get to... Oh, hello, Bing. It does mean that you get to hear ahead of anybody else, if there are any. For some reason, I wasn't able to join members before. Oh, that's weird. But you did have issues with... And thank you for trying as well, my friend. But you did have issues with your account, didn't you? But I think it's all working now. So that's good. Come on in, new members. The water is fine. Oh, bless you, Eddie. Thank you, my friend. Oh, Eddie's... Oh, mate, I've just slid up and see that you also threw... Flipping heck, Tucker. for all you older English folk. Thank you for that, my friend. 5, that's 10 today, 20. That's my maths ain't that bad. Oh, wow. That is mind-blowing. Thank you so much, guys. Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Now, I don't know where to go to find all the names and put them in the wheel. I need to. I can't. You guys need to be in the wheel. That's what I do. It's really important. Let me see. I'll do this before we chundle on. The other thing I was going to say, guys, by the way, I've never said this online before, but I do say it to people offline. If you have won a game in the draw, and for whatever reason, you just don't fancy the game or you already own it, Vet's been a long time member. So for Vet has subscribed. There you go, look at this. Subscribed for 2 months. He's actually been subscribed for a lot longer than that. But thank you so much for renewing, my friend. Appreciate you, brother. You know it. Yes, so what I was saying was, if you win a game that you don't fancy, they're not for everybody, are they? Different genres and things. Or you already own it, whatever. All you have to do is tell me, and then I just say, look, go and check out the wheel again. Anything you see that you like, let me know, and I'll give you the code for that. I did it the other day with Death Live, and I think I did it last week with someone as well. So you're not, it's fun that we choose a game, but you're not stuck with it. That's what I'm saying. If you want to try or choose something else, I'm fine with that, honestly. There's no problem at all. Apart from, of course, Horizon Zero Dawn, which is the big prize which nobody has yet won. Amazingly. Right, I've got the wheel up. You guys will have to bear with me because we've got 71 on the list. I need to add another 10. So amazing, guys. Thank you so much. Now I need to go all the way back up to when Geek the Sneak added 5. Let me see. Indeed, Rokk Show. I only support a few channels because it gets to be a bit much. Yeah, no, absolutely it is. I totally appreciate that. I mean, for me, I there are some Team Rock members that have been there almost since day one, and that's mind-blowing to me because I absolutely don't expect it. I love that people show their love and support for the channel, and honestly, all the money goes back into the channel. It's how I afford these games. As simple as that. So the fact that there are members makes a huge difference. And of course, for me, more than subscribers, more than views, it shows people care. Because this is another level up above showing support on anybody. Not being funny, anybody can subscribe to a channel and never watch a show, right? But when people put their hard-earned money down to support little old me, that means, and it doesn't matter how much it is, because it's all relative, isn't it? For some people, the lowest amount is a huge investment, and that's, it goes without saying. I don't take any of it. Woo, Spectrum! Thank you, my friend. Spectrum has joined. Thank you. That is, well, I'm glad you've just done it while I'm in the wheel, Spectrum. I can add you now, my friend. So I'll put you in there, and then I'll try and find, there we go, I've added you. You will be permanently on the wheel and in all the giveaways. So the ones that I've mentioned earlier, the Happy Friday, Curly's here. How are you, my friend? The Cyberpunk one and the Zelda one, all members get added automatically into those draws as well. You can, in fact, enter multiple times in those draws, the big ones. There's a facility for you to enter every day. So you can really increase your chances of winning by doing that. But even if you don't do it, if you're a member, you're automatically in the draw. And members have won the big prizes, I'm really pleased to say. All right, I'm going all the way back up again. Probably better if I do it on the official YouTube chat. Thank you, Spectrum. I really appreciate that, my friend. Let's have a look. Here's Eddie. So, Eddie got Reaver the Beaver. Bless him. Right, Ray, let's put you in. Reaver the Beaver is on the wheel. Martin, awesome. Martin, Happy Cloud Gaming. Lovely fella. Martin has been a follower of the channel for almost forever. He's a lovely fella. Geek was, no, Geek saying hello. Brilliant. Jin Hood. Excellent. Gifted from Eddie. Thank you, Eddie. I've got to do Geek to Sing Some. These are, and Miss T22. Lovely to have her back as well. That's what I mean. It's great to have some of the old members gifted. It's absolutely fantastic. Stuart was gifted. No, Stuart is actually a member already, but he's a member on Patreon, so he's now a double member. That's amazing. He gets 2 options. Stuart, there you go, Stuart. Thank you, my friend. And Master goes in the wheel as well. There we go. Sean L. Excellent. I think Sean's been a member before. Four Scars Gaming. Now, actually, John is as well. He's also a member on Patreon, so that's great to have him on the YouTube list. I haven't spoken to him for the longest time. I hope he's okay. Gadgets Kev. This is fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. Right, them's added to the wheel. I'm also, while I'm doing addings and things, let me see, from Spectrum down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I've added the 10 from Jack. So they're all in there as well. So that's brilliant. Right, I'll save that down so I don't lose it. That's now on the wheel, guys. So you're in, including you, Spectrum. Thank you, my friend. If I now toddle over to, I have a database. Here it is, believe it or not. And I will add you guys to the credits as well. So there you go. So you've now been added to the start and end credits as well. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. What a fantastic start to a Friday, for end to a Friday, I suppose, whichever way you want to look at it. Brilliant stuff. Right, there we go. There we go. How long have we got left anyway? Let me have a little look. Let me close that down. By which I mean for the wheel spin, 19 minutes. You've still got a bit of time. I hope you don't mind. I've got you on automatic. It's because if I don't, it ends up. This great music, isn't it? I know. I absolutely love the music. This is just the standard playlist. I play this every day. The only thing is, when I shut up, you hear it, because I use a thing in music production called ducking, which is a little script I've written. So basically, when I talk, the music goes lower. So I'm never competing with the music. So when I shut up, you get to hear some amazing tunes. This one's a good one. I did once, one Friday, as an experiment. I did I put my playlist on, and I think I put it on loop, and I left it playing overnight UK. So it was on for about 7 or 8 hours, with this kind of psychedelic lights and stuff that I put together as well. And I just put it on because I thought, wherever you are in the world, it's quite nice sometimes just to pop a bit of nice music on, and I'm licensed, I can do it. Didn't actually get that many views, so I never bothered again, but it was an interesting idea. Hey ho! Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for that, for the gifted memberships. That's absolutely amazing. And even if they just stay for a month, it means more money goes into games, and I feel happier. Thank you. I do. All members also. I've been a little bit slack the last couple of weeks with the whole op thing and everything, but I do try and get a couple of members only posts out every week, little notes on things and ideas and stuff. And also I am very, very overdue on a members only video. Typically they're live stream. I did promise that I would do one for all of the would-be content creators, or content creators that want to kind of get more of a feel for how I approach things. So some of the tools I use and the processes, more than happy to do that. So, and of course, even if it's live, as a member, you can go back and watch it again, so you won't miss out on anything. So thank you, Eddie. Really appreciate it, my brother. Really, and I appreciate you as well. You're an absolute stand-up gent, my friend. Right. Not much point in going to the wheel because we've got 16 minutes left, so I'll continue just chattering. In terms of news today, Well, the only thing that I pushed out on Twitter earlier actually was, do you remember we talked on when we talked about GFN yesterday? We said that you would be able to watch GeForce Now in 4K on the latest LG TVs, which is true. What I didn't realise, because I got that news from GFN themselves, so why would they say anything else about anybody else? But I found out today, not only that, but also on the new LG TVs, they it may already be there, by the way. If not, it's rolling out. They're pushing the Boosteroid app as well, so you'll be. Now they don't yet stream in 4K, although they promised that they are. Now, whether or not that comes to the LG TVs, I don't know. There's no talk of it. But they did say 4K was going to be either late May or early June to potentially coincide with their publishing of all the PC Xbox games. So that's going to be awesome. We'll look out for that. But anyway, their app is going to be native on the new LG TVs. And also, excitingly, by the end of this month, you'll also be able to install the Amazon Luna cloud gaming app on LG TVs. And this is really big news because up until now, the only way that you can play Luna is either via Fire Stick from Amazon or on a browser. So that's awesome news. Although I don't have a new LG TV, so it ain't awesome news for me. My LG TV is too old. It's like a C8. I think it's like a 2018 model or something. It's absolutely ancient. But one day, I'd love to buy one of the new LGs. They've got, I watched a review earlier of a new LG TV. I don't even know if it's retail yet, but I think it's called the G3. It uses technology called MLA, which apparently takes OLED to a whole other level. And this guy was saying it's the best domestic TV he's ever watched. He was like a seasoned TV video entertainment reviewer guy, millions of subscribers kind of fella. So one of these days, he said, I mean, there's Samsung have got, I think it's the QD LED, as has Sony, because I think Samsung makes Sony's screens, I think. LG have brought this MLA tech out as an answer to it. But this guy said the new LG OLEDs with MLA are the best gaming TVs you can buy. The best by far, he said. It's just amazing. So one of these days, hello Jem, the bear is in the house. How are you, my friend? So yeah, one of these days, if I can convince Mrs. Rokk, but the way we're spending money on holidays and stuff right now, I think that's unlikely to be at the top of the Christmas list. I might have to start saving myself. Back in the day, you could go down to your local TV store and you could put £5 down and £5 a month and pick a TV up for Christmas. That's what I want to be doing again. Currys. Currys is like it's like the last of the high street electronic stores in the UK now, aren't they? When I was younger, we had Dixon's, Rumbelows, and you could walk into Debenhams or Dingles, and they'd all be selling TVs. Now it's kind of John Lewis, Currys. I mean, you can go into Argos, but they rarely have them on display, and in any case, they never have the latest. Argos does everything by the virtue of what sells the best, so you never get the top of the range anything in there. Yes, exactly, no TV till after the Olympics. Oh, you ain't kidding me. You ain't kidding me, Phoenix. And I'm not even, don't tell the family, I don't even care for sport that much. I don't watch it. I never watch the Olympics when it's on. It's for them. I'm going for the French. I love France. I'm looking forward to exploring more France. In fact, if it wasn't so darned expensive, these tickets they've purchased, I think I'd just spend all my time rumbling around, as you do, as you try. Law away. What's law away? Yes. I'm liking the sound of the Luna. Yeah, you don't have an LG. Well, that won't help. I bet you've got a Sony. I'm going to put money, Phoenix, on you having, because I know you're a Sony all-round kind of gal, aren't you? If you guys saw Players last night, you will have seen Miss Phoenix, who was it's still a bit poorly, bless her, but she very generously came and bestowed her time on us, and she's amazing. So check that out if you haven't seen it. If you it's on this channel, just go and have a look. If you go down the homepage, I've got all the playlists of all the shows, and you'll find Rokk Player in there, and you can see Miss Phoenix. She's very, very good. I'm hoping that we will see a heck of a lot more on Rokk Players in the future, because I think she's rather special, and she was streaming before. I popped in very quickly, and sorry, layaway. What's layaway? Layaway, is that a shop, or is that like a electronics shop or something? Layaway. I do have a Sony. I knew you did. It's in need of an upgrade. Yeah. Wow, you see, if you think about it, I'm moaning about a 2018 C8, which I actually think I bought in 2019 anyway, because it had been TV of the year, I think, 2018. And, if you buy the year before's version, it's always a lot cheaper, isn't it? And you don't get masses of updates, not normally. But when you think about it, 2019 is only 4 years old. I mean, back in the day, you'd have a TV forever, wouldn't you? It would, TV wasn't just for Christmas. It was forever. Gizmo Duck Austria, how are you? I haven't seen you for the longest time. I hope you're well, my friend. I hope you're well. When you put your money down and pay over time. Oh, layaway. Gotcha. Aha. Is that what they call it? I didn't know that. I didn't, yeah. They used to do that all the time. A very good friend of mine, he had a hamper business. And it's funny when you think about it these days. I suppose credit cards and easy credit killed it all off. But, people used to literally pay a couple of dollars, couple of pounds a month. And then at the end of the year, they could choose different items to put in a hamper, which was just a cardboard box. And then he would drive all over the county dropping off these things. And I guess if folks don't have a lot of money and you struggle to make ends meet and what have you, then it's no deal. If you put that money in and it's paid for, you're not going to accidentally spend it on something else, or your other half, as they used to in those days, wouldn't kind of raid the piggy bank to go down the pub. So it kind of made sense. These days, of course, I mean, when you think about how much we all spend a week on groceries, it would be, you only have to go back a generation or two, and what we spend a week would have been what those guys spent every 6 months or something. And how much of what we eat, how much of when we go down to I don't know if you guys, we buy all our food online. We have it delivered by the supermarket, something we started during lockdown, and it kind of works for us, so we do it. But, used to go down the supermarket, or as most of us did. But, how many of us fill that shopping basket with anything other than what we actually need? Oh, that looks nice. Oh, there's a new thing. Oh, look at the flavour. Put that in there. And you end up spending, double zeros, 3 digits. And how much of that stuff is like, I didn't need those cookies, or that new brand of cereal or whatever, or, that bottle of something that I don't need. It's true, isn't it? I always say to my wife, if I was, if I just was on my own, living on my own, I would just have the bare basics. I wouldn't need all that stuff. It's true. Oh dear. Christian, how are you? Lovely to see you. I hope you can hear us. You had a bit of spotty internet the other day, didn't you? I hope it's a lot better. You don't get the item until you pay it off. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Layaway. I've not heard that phrase before. Wonder if that's a uniquely American phrase. But kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So anyway, I don't know how I got onto supermarkets. What was I talking about? Buying things, putting money down, that was the thing. Yes, that's it. The duck hunt game, oh, that was so much fun. Do you know, when you think about it, I thought this the other day, you can kind of most games derive from just a couple of original games, don't they? So how many games with a linear path are really just an old maze game? You know the kind of games that you used to, like the very early Quakes and the very early Dooms, and you would just be going down this kind of brick wall, and then there would be, and the reason that they were really popular was that it was easier to create that shape because everything was like a square pixel. And so really your Resident Evils and all these other games, well, maybe not Resident Evil so much. That's maybe not a good choice. But most of these, God of War, for example, is really just a big old maze game, isn't it? And then a lot of your shooters are like Duck Hunt, and Space Invaders, really. I mean, I know they're hugely more complicated, but you know what I'm saying? It's kind of from that basics, isn't it? Vet, how are you, dude? Vet is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. 7, a brand new member. Shout out to Jack, absolutely, for gifting me a Rockstar membership. Bless you. Bless you and bless Jack. Fortunately, Jack's not here. No, I know. He's a lovely guy, though, and it's getting dark on my face. I think we need to illuminate the situation. I didn't want to put the light on earlier because it was a bit bright. But that's a little bit better. Hang on, let me just turn it up a little bit warmer maybe. Look at that, it's not too bad. There we go. Oh, too much, bright light. Yeah, it's okay, Mogwai. There we go. 5 minutes left, guys. 5 minutes left on the all can enter giveaway. If you're new, if you're in, if you haven't been in earlier, on a Friday we do a giveaway. So every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, it's members automatically added into the giveaway. On Fridays, I open it up so subscribers, people in the chat, can also enter. All you got to do is put !win. Normally, you can do that on Twitch as well, but unfortunately, it ain't working. So if you do !win or !win in the chat, you will be automatically added. If you're a member, you're automatically in the giveaway anyway, but that doesn't stop you from doubling your chances by putting !win in as well. Joey Essex, good to see you, Joey. How are you, brother? Haven't seen you for a little while. Hope you're keeping well. Joey won a little whiles back. First day in, first time he visited the show and he won. What a brilliant! And make sure you get !win in, Joey. It's all on again. Get him in. Gizmo. Do you remember Gizmo? Bright light. That was a good film, wasn't it? They were talking of remaking it, but there are some films I just think you don't remake them. Goonies. It's, even I would even say Jurassic Park. I know, because you know what? I think even now CGI still looks like CGI. There are few movies where the CGI, for me, still doesn't look computer generated. And I think partly to blame is the computer graphics in games these days, particularly the cutscenes, are so amazing. This is partly why I haven't bothered to go and see Avatar, the second Avatar. And I said this on Renaissance Men, which is on tonight, by the way, guys, 6:30 UK time. Brilliant show on YouTube. Cowboy, hello, bro. How was your birthday, brother? How'd it go? But the cutscenes on games these days are so good. And we were watching a trailer on Renaissance Men for Avatar, and they were going, oh, it looks amazing. And I said, yeah, but to me, that just looks like an average cutscene on Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever. Until it is imperceptible, the difference between real life and we're starting to see it with photographs, aren't we, with AI and so on and what have you. And I think part of the problem is that they make it too sparkly, if you watch a real Discovery Channel documentary or something, a David Attenborough, and you know it's a real animal because maybe the camera's slightly out of focus at some point. Little individual, just it's obvious, right? Our brains are able to tell the difference really, really easily. between CGI and real life. So I can't get excited about films, movies where there's CGI, because most of the time it's obviously CGI. And I don't mean, well, it's obvious, Rokk, because it's a robot or it's a monster and they don't exist. I want my eyes to be tricked into looking at them and going, wow. I have no doubt at all, Christian, that it's an amazing movie, but it's just that thing. And I think, again, I'm spoiled by the quality of CGI. But I am going to watch it. In fact, I think we're due to rent it soon. 2001. Oh, mate. I still look... I agree. It absolutely is. And all I say with 2001, thank God for Google, because it was only fairly recently that I Googled, what the hell was it all about? And I got a reasonable answer. I am definitely going to watch it, Christian, for sure. I'm not going to diss the movie. I loved the first one, and I think, Cameron does a cracking job. The guy's incredibly passionate about what he does. I'm just saying that for me, they still haven't got to the point where, and I think it's deliberate, by the way, they almost deliberately don't want it to look that real. I tell you, there is some good CGI. There's a series on, I think it's on Disney Plus, called War of the Worlds. It's just had its 3rd season, and they have CGI, like CGI robots, really. They're like little dog drone robots things. They are done so well. They look really, really good. But that's a great show, because they, it's a dystopian future thing, and the CGI is minimal. But what they have done with it, they've tried to make it look really real. So yeah, no, it's all good. Yes, it is an amazing soundtrack on 2001. And there's so many great sci-fi movies from that period. My favourites to this day, actually, I think, are the Planet of the Apes. The early ones, the original ones. I mean, awful. I mean, they won Oscars for the makeup. But, it is rubber masks and stuff. But when I was a kid, I can't tell you the effect it had on me, this whole concept of time travel and landing on a planet which actually turns out to be the future. They've tried successively to... I'm just grabbing the names and put them in the wheel. They've tried... it's over, by the way. Your exclamation mark, win time. We're going to go and do it in a second. They've tried so many times to remake the Planet of the Apes. I wish they'd leave it alone. That's another one where I think, don't. It was great the first time around as a story. Right, oh, look at that. We landed straight away on the names. So I'm adding... Oh, can't do it there, silly boy. I need to do it over here. Because if I do it there, I lock them in permanently. And this, of course, includes all of the subscribers. So let me pull up the entrance over here. Here we go. I'll close that one over there. I'm just talking to myself. Let's go interact. I love this track. Do 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 do. There they go. As always, oh, Del Boy, fantastic. I was only talking yesterday about Only Fools and Horses, and it's a shame that it's never been massive outside of the UK, but I think it's so cultural to the UK that it's just, I don't think it would work anywhere else. Shuffling them up, guys, we have, including subscribers and all the members today, we have 90 entries. Brilliant stuff. So that's cool, isn't it? Oh, Cowboy. The movie 65 did a great job at their CGI dinosaurs. 65? I'm not familiar with that, my friend. Send me a link. You often do. Oftentimes, Ant sends me a link in a DM after if he's mentioned something. I'd like to have a look into that, because it's the reality. That's the thing I'm after. I don't even care if, it's the best looking CGI creation. I just want my eyes to be tricked into thinking, That looks real. There was a recent show on Apple. It was exclusive to Apple. I think actually it was a David Attenborough as well, but it was a dinosaur thing. I forget what it was called now. But actually, a lot of the shows, they did a really good job with the reality. Some of them were a bit, but a lot of the time it was good. Oh, great! Thank you, Ant. I'm looking forward to seeing that, my friend. I'm looking forward to definitely seeing Avatar, Christian. I might even watch it this weekend, actually, on your recommendation, because we haven't got anything planned. I've been desperate to watch The Whale, which my family promised me that I would be able to watch it, and still we haven't watched it. And I'm going to end up watching it on my own, I think, because I really, really want to see that. Brendan Fraser. Really excited about that film. What else did we have that we were going to watch? We were going to watch the Elvis movie, which I've seen. I loved it. Went to the pictures with my youngest to see that. Thought it was brilliant. Loved it. But we didn't take my wife, so I was going to rent it for her to watch that one. So we might give that a go. And I'm really keen on Avatar. So we may even sneak that one in as well. Have a weekend of movies. Only Fools is big in Serbia. Is it really, Al? Wow, how funny is that? Amazing. But I think if they remade it in the States, Office was brilliant, and I think that was a great remake. Because in the end, after season 1, which was largely based on the English show, they went off on their own. They just kind of went off on their own tangent. And then it became amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. The dinosaur one was an Apple original. I forget what it was called, though, Christian. But it was brilliant. It was really good. Boise! Did he? Oh, well, that's funny. I'd like to see... Oh, yes, Dungeons and Dragons. That one's not out for rent yet. That's one I wouldn't mind actually going to the cinema to see, but I've kind of fallen out of love with cinemas a little bit, to be honest with you. I thought I'd never say that, because when I was a boy, I would go 2-3 times a week, and I would go 2-3 times a week to see the same movie. And what I would do is I would take friends, so I'd go and see Orca the Killer Whale, which I loved as a child, which is bizarre. You think, what? It's like Jaws. I know, but I got really emotional at the fact that his partner at the beginning, the whale's partner, loses their baby. And it really struck a chord with me. I was like, started a lifelong love, actually, of Orca for me. And nature in general. I've always loved animals. When I was a kid, there would be other people reading comics, and I'd be reading animal books on encyclopedias on animals and things and dogs. I memorized them all and loved them all. That was my thing. Dungeons and Dragons, a load of people love it. A load of people will be going to see that this weekend. Also the Mario movie, which has had, it's funny, all the gamers that I know have loved it. And there've been one or two dissenters, but I think mainly the people that didn't really get off on it so much are people that really aren't gamers. It's been massive. I mean, worldwide, it's been a huge smash. I think it's the biggest box office debut for a movie based on a video game ever. So, and word of mouth, isn't it? If it was bad, nobody would go back to see it. Word of mouth, particularly in a genre like gaming, when people say, "Oh, mate, don't touch it. Oh, it's awful." Nobody goes, nobody plays, do they? We all rely on word of mouth. So the fact that so many people have, like Christians just said, it's awesome. I've heard that over and over again. So for me, that's a watch after the cinema. That's a rent or a wait till it comes out on movie channels. I'm the same, says Neil. I used to love going to the cinema, but now I'd sooner watch from home. Yeah, is it an age thing, Neil? You're a lot younger than me. I doubt it is for you. But there's something nice. But yeah, I used to take my friends. I didn't pay for them. But, you know, Star Wars or Planet of the Apes or whatever it was, Orca, I mean, whatever the film. Island of Dr. Moreau, that's a good film. I used to, if I loved it, I would go back to school and say, do you want to come Thursday night and watch it? It's brilliant. And all the Bond movies with Roger Moore, I loved watching them over and over. It was never a problem. I'd spend all my pocket money going to the cinema. I was in love with the cinema. Absolutely brilliant. Right, where are we? We're coming up to 2 minutes before the hour. So I think what we'll do is we'll switch over to the wheel, see who's going to win today. Should we do that, guys? Let's do it, shall we? It's time for some chill out music. Here we go. There you go. And Al hasn't missed out. His message is still there. I remember seeing the original Mario Brothers movie in the cinema back in the early 90s. Looking forward to taking my daughters to see the new one. I think, I don't remember the last one, but I think this is leagues above it in terms of quality, mate. So I hope you really enjoy that. I think it's a post-COVID thing. There you go. I think you're absolutely on the money there, my friend. I think you're right, Neil. So much in my life now revolves, I never leave my house. Monday to Friday. It's true. I am in the house. I don't even go into the garden. I'm like one of those prisoners that's been tagged and has to live at home. Weekends we go out for nice walks and stuff, try and do all that. I look at it, I mean, I work from home, so I look at it that it's no different to if I was working in an office. The only difference is you do get some exercise in travelling to work. So I make up for that by a very strict diet regime, and we try and get in quite a few thousand steps the weekend. Reaver the Beaver says he's guaranteed to win now. Oh, bless you, mate. A load of folk going to see Mario. That's brilliant. Yeah, I don't think it was, Christian, I don't think it was very good. And again, you know, I think this is important. It's no longer the case. The industry, the gaming industry is no longer entirely populated by young people. Average age, I think, is 30 for gamers. I haven't looked at the stats recently. Certainly a few years ago that was the case. And it was almost entirely split 50-50 in terms of male and female as well. So, you know, it's no longer, it used to be that, I used to get it, I'm sure you guys did as well. What are you playing games for at your age? And you were like, you're the one that's out of step. Everybody's playing games. And, you know, the young folk, the same as the people that were massively into Harry Potter, they've grown up now. That's a 22, 23-year-old franchise. So, you know, this is why the game's so popular. And the TV series will be really popular because as they've grown, they've got more and different aspects from those stories than you did when you were young. So there's another generation, and of course they share it with their children. You guys share it with your families, your particular love for gaming or Harry Potter or Star Wars or whatever it was. And on it rumbles. And Ant is my next job. When do you move, Ant? When do you move to Florida? When are you actually going down to Florida? Oh, didn't mean to move the wheel. Sorry, I meant to move Ant on the screen. It doesn't matter. There's a reason I'm asking. I'm interested. Let me know, my friend. Most people that criticise the new Mario films are getting that it's aimed at kids of today, not primarily targeting those of us who played Mario for decades. So are you saying that the people that criticise it are criticising it as a contemporary piece, or saying that it's not true to the early iterations of Mario? Maybe that's what is that what I'm reading? Yeah, well, you know, purists, aren't there? There's always going to be purists. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen the show before, this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is Rokk's Wheel of Fortune. As you can see, in red above me are all of the entrants. Today, that includes all the members and all of you subscribers who've joined and entered in to the wheel. So thank you, guys. There are, I think I mentioned, about 90 of you, and that's awesome. I'm just going to turn off, make sure that that's dead. That's right, you get a little message to say it's over. And on the right in People are the games. There were 100 games a couple of weeks ago. They've dropped a bit because we're giving them away. We're down to about 90, 80 odd, late 80s, early 90s. Hidden in there is Horizon Zero Dawn, the Ultimate Edition. So that's everything in there. Nobody has won it yet. But other than that, there are still some great games in there. And they are all Steam codes, so they're on PC. I apologise if you don't have a PC, but give it to a friend, give it to a loved one, donate it to a local charity. You guys all know people with PCs. Have fun with it, whatever it's going to be. I am going to spin these wheels, and we will see who is going to win. I mean, I've got the wrong colour. Let me get the right colour. There we go. We're going to start with who, and then we'll finish up with what. Stand by for some music, ladies and gentlemen. Here it goes. Ish. Look away if you struggle with flashes and things. It's going to keep going for a little. We'll get the music start up again because we've still got a couple more seconds left. All the new subscribers, all the new members, sorry, thank you so much to Eddie, to Geek to Sneak, and to Jack, and of course for Spectrum for joining as well. Thank you, guys. You're all in here today. It's just gone past Ray again. Oh, it always is just almost on Ray. There's a new one, Real Certified Doctor. There's Curly. Oh, look, could be Neil for his weekend with popcorn. I think it could be you, Neil. I think it's going to be Neil. It is! It's the man, Neil J. Hey, well done, brother. There you go. So he doesn't need to go to the cinema now. He's going to have a brand new game that he can play with his popcorn. How cool is that? Let me just move you over. There you go. Now we can see your full name. Brilliant stuff. I saw a game, Ryan's Rescue Squad. Ryan's my first name. Well, there you go, Ryan. That is an outright game. It's a brilliant game as well. So what I'm going to spin the games. Hey, nice one, Neil, says Miss Phoenix. Congrats, Neil. Well done, dude. Right, so let's see what Neil is going to be playing this weekend. I'm just going to find it first. Here we are. No, that's the correct one. Good. Let's pop it up. I fancy a bit of disco music on this one. What say you guys? Should we get some beats going down? Let's do it. Oh, yeah. Can't slow down. Woohoo! Loving it. Can't slow down, she says. We are, though, we're slowing down. Oh, what a segue. What is Neil gonna win? Anomaly Complete? Oddworld Munches thing? I think it is. I think it's going to be Oddworld. Great game. Oh, no, it's Anomaly Complete Pack, Neil. That's more than one game you've got there, my friend. I merged all the if you remember back along, longer watching viewers, you remember on a Friday I used to give away bundles of games and then a single game every other day. Well, I merged them all in, so they're all in there now. So you got one of the bundles. Nice. That's at least 2 games, and I think some bundles were 4 or 5. So you did very well there. Awesome stuff. The Anomaly Complete Pack. Yes. Cowboy says Vet Gaming. Oh no, what did Vet say? Hang on, let me go back to the main screen. We're going to be signing off soon anyway. Let me see what Vet said first. Vet said, Cowboy, king of entertainment. You didn't enjoy it because you're old. Oh, he's talking about Mario. We got a war going on. Oh no. How did he come back on this? That could be But if you can start enjoying Disney games, I guess I should be able to enjoy Mario. Brilliant. I knew he'd come back with a cracker. Oh, even Vep thought that was funny. Well done, guys. Brilliant stuff. Damn it, man. Oh, Geek, I want to win. Oh, you have won in the past. I was going to do a spin once with just the people that hadn't won. Of course, there are a few now with all our new members, but at that time it ended up to be only a couple. I thought, how amazing. Most people have actually won. Most members, I hasten to add. So there you go. What a great show. Guys, thank you so much. Particularly you, Eddie. Particularly you, Geek to Sneak. And, of course, Spectrum. All the new subscribers, all the new followers on Twitch as well. Apologies, I couldn't get Twitch. You couldn't enter on Twitch. I'll get that fixed. Only I can't be bothered now. I've just gone and closed down the chat. Hang on, I need it back up because you guys can continue to chat even when the show ends, and you'll see it up on the screen. So it's going to be quite interesting to see with all the new members how it looks in the credits, because I tweak it, make sure everything fits. So hopefully it's all good. Hopefully it's all good. Thank you so much, Eddie. Thank you, Miss Phoenix. Have a great weekend, everybody. That echoes my thoughts. I will leave you now. If You Leave Me Now. It's one of my favourite songs. That was Chicago, if I remember rightly. There will be definitely some rock game streaming this weekend. I may even get some Twitch streaming out the door, just for the sheer fun of it. I may just do that. I've got some ideas for some shorts as well for Twitch. So I haven't done any shorts for the longest time. So we'll do that. I've got a 6 near my name now. Have you? Why? Oh yes, you have. 6 months. Yeah, wowza, Winstar. How are you, dude? 6 months. Good night to you, Christian. Thank you so much. Have a happy day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. And this is Rokk signing out. Rock out.